You probably know the Christmas story, more or less. Mary gets a visit from the angel Gabriel. She's going to have a baby without a human father. It will be conceived by the power of God. And as for Joseph, well, he took some convincing. But he gets a visit from an angel in a dream to reassure him that Mary's story is in fact true. Then, just when the baby is due, they have to make the long journey to Bethlehem because the Roman emperor has ordered a census of the population. Then when they get there was no room at the inn. So they end up in a stable or a cave, or at least somewhere where the animals are normally kept. And there Jesus is born and laid in a manger, an animal feeding trough. That night, an angel appears to some shepherds looking after their sheep out in the fields and announces the news of this baby's birth. And they make a hasty visit to the stable. Sometime later, a group of wise men from some eastern country turn up, having been guided by a star, and they bring some expensive gifts. But can you really believe it? Doesn't it seem a bit far-fetched? Angels and stars, virgin births. That's not normal life, is it? But you could say that if Jesus had a normal birth and we cut out the angels and all that, well, the whole thing would be nothing extraordinary at all. Babies are being born like that all the time. Many of them have a pretty rough introduction to the world, in slums or bomb shelters and so on. It's fair enough to celebrate your own baby or the birth of your grandchild, but why should we celebrate the baby of some peasant girl a long time ago and a long way away? If it had been ordinary, there would be nothing extraordinary about it. But the whole point was that it was an extraordinary event. Then again, if Jesus was an extraordinary person, we wouldn't expect his birth to be ordinary, would we? And there was certainly nothing extraordinary about Jesus. He specialized in the miraculous. Then why would anyone make it up anyway? The writers were not writing storybooks to entertain or creating myths to spread fake news. They were reporting events as historians. Luke, who gives us the bulk of the story, has been shown to be a careful historian again and again. He gives us lots of historical references we can check up on. Some people think it was a story handed down by word of mouth for generations before being written down. But that's not so. Luke got his information from eyewitnesses and wrote his gospel well within the lifetime of those who knew Jesus well. Luke and the other gospel writers had no reason to make it up. They had no interest in foisting a Messiah onto the Jews they knew not to be true. They had nothing to gain by doing that. It would not bring them riches or fame or power, but only trouble and persecution and possibly death. But in the end, it is only when God opens our eyes and we see Jesus for who he is and experience him for ourselves that we shall really know that it is true.